Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Horror. This is episode 23, Spaceland Zombies, the Missing Theme Park. It's been a while. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, but I got so distracted. We had Zombies Chronicles, we've had a ton of DLC, and I just got sidetracked, so I do apologize to you guys that really enjoy this series. I'm going to continue this guy through Infinite Warfare Zombies, but not only that, I'm actually going to be doing a spin-off series here in the future where it's basically Behind the Horror, but it's going to be a little bit more expanded. I'll say it's that, and it's still going to be about zombies, so don't worry about that, but I'm going to be working on that series very soon. Wanted to announce that beforehand, and this episode with Zombies in Spaceland is actually one dedicated to my boy Lee Ross, the zombies mastermind behind Infinite Warfare Zombies. So I actually tweeted out the other day about this spin-off, and Lee Ross actually replied to me saying that he wanted to see Zombies in Spaceland, so we'll definitely cover that. This one is dedicated to you, Lee Ross, so hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Behind the Horror. We're going to be talking about the inspiration behind the theme park. Now, Zombies in Spaceland is obviously a zombies map that's based within a theme park, and this theme park is actually a very nice theme park. It's a very nice space-themed one. And I did a lot of research, tried to find as much as I could about theme parks, abandoned theme parks, space-themed ones, like is there one specific that was based off this? And there is a lot of stuff out there, but I couldn't quite find one that had a lot of mystique or mystery to it, or any kind of like horror factor. And after a little bit more research, I actually did find one that's found in Japan. And it's actually a very, very interesting one because it covers a little bit about this abandoned theme park that no one could find the directions to. Like, it has been completely taken over by nature, and the directions of where to find it aren't even correct. Like, when you try to go to this theme park, you can't find it. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. If you guys do go on to enjoy the video, guys, make sure you guys support the video by dropping a like and a favorite on the video. It does support the series a lot. And if you are brand new to the channel, if you want to see even more content like this in the future, obviously make sure you do subscribe and you turn on notifications so you don't miss a single upload. Anyways, let's talk about this. Zombies in Spaceland, set in 80s theme. It is a trip into a movie, pretty much, and it's based around that idea. Willard Riedler, an crazy demonic director, is forcing 4 people to live out one of his movies, one of his creations, and the first one being Zombies in Spaceland. Now, obviously, there's probably a lot of things that maybe inspired this map, and I'm going to cover specifically a really cool theme park, a really haunted, creepy, interesting theme park towards the end of this video or a little further on. But there's essentially a lot of movies that really inspired the theme of this map. And specifically, talking about Zombies in Spaceland, obviously it is a theme park with zombies overrunning it. And one of the biggest ideas, or the biggest images that gets projected into my head, is going to be from Zombieland, which is a movie that released a few years ago with the premise of zombies, pretty much a zombie apocalypse. But within this movie, there's actually one setting that can be found, which is zombies overrunning a theme park. And I kind of have this feeling, and I had this feeling when I first started playing this map when the game first came out in November. It's a very fun map. It's a very creepy map too when you look at it in the right light, and it's definitely a pretty creepy setting. While the map is vibrant and it's pretty clean, honestly, the theme park is very clean, almost has a kind of Disney World type feel to it because of how clean and organized everything is. Quickly you find out that it's not that. It's more than that. There's zombies, there's crazy clowns. So it's definitely a pretty weird contrast. You have a map that's very clean, would look like a normal theme park that you probably have a lot of fun at. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to a space-themed theme park? But then you got zombies on it, and it gets pretty hectic, and you even have an alien right towards the end. So it's a pretty weird contrast. I was expecting going into this map when it first came out for it to be run down, beat up, creepier than it is, but it was kind of nice to have that contrast. It felt pretty fresh. So Zombies in Spaceland, probably inspired by a few movies. Zombieland, maybe Killer Clowns from Outer Space. There's definitely a lot of themes, maybe even Pennywise the Clown from It, because those clowns are freaking scary. But that's pretty much the premise of this map. The 4 members of this crew, this ragtag group of people with completely different personalities, end up trying to survive these twisted stories that Willard Wylard is putting him through. But with that said, now let's go ahead and talk about a theme park that's probably similar to this. A pretty creepy, abandoned, forgotten, and some even say lost theme park found in Japan. In Japan's Fukushima Prefecture is an abandoned amusement park known as Takakanonuma, Greenland. It sits in the outskirts of Hobara, a section of the Japanese city of Date. Very little is known about this park, and its exact location is largely unknown. You can't find it on any Japanese map as it simply isn't there. When you try to put in the coordinates in Google Maps, the search will direct you to the center of Hobara. This is inaccurate since the park is hidden in a mountainous rural area. The only major information known about Takakanonuma, Greenland is that it opened in 1973 and closed down 2 years later. Some claim that this is due to poor ticket sales and needed renovations, but locals say that it was because of a significant amount of deaths on the ride. Miraculously, the park reopened in 1986, but struggled to remain open due to increased competition from bigger parks such as Tokyo Disneyland, as well as financial trouble. Finally, in 1999, Takakanonuma, Greenland closed for good. Following its closure, the amusement park was left to rot. Photographs from urban explorers who have infiltrated the area show a massive amount of decay. The Ferris wheel and the roller coasters are covered with rust, the entrance is covered in graffiti, and the premises are being reclaimed by plants. The most notable feature of the park is the dense fog that always looms over it, giving off a Silent Hill feel. Like the information about the area, there is very little photography and video of it. Allegedly, Takakanonuma, Greenland was demolished in 2006 and now sits as an empty lot. However, in 2007, a citizen of the United Kingdom named Bill Edwards claimed to have visited an untouched, completely intact park. Supposedly, he took numerous pictures that were identical to those taken before the park's supposed demolition, showing the same rusty, forgotten rides. However, according to the rumor, when uploading these photos, only one appeared on his computer. This picture shows the entrance to the park on a foggy night, illuminated by the flash from the camera. In the center of this picture, you can barely make out the figure of what looks like a 6-year-old girl in a white dress. She appears to be staring at the photographer with a serious, indifferent face. The girl has never been identified, and the whereabouts of Bill Edwards are currently unknown. So that's pretty much it for this episode of Behind the Horror. I'm gonna have another spin-off series here starting very soon. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it because we're actually gonna be going through all of the maps from Nocturne Totem all the way to Infinite Warfare Zombies as well with this series, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Hopefully it plans out the way that I'm hoping that it works out. But for this episode, I wanted to cover an amusement park that had a little bit of lore and a little bit of mysteriousness to it. And I thought that this theme park found in Japan was really cool. There's plenty of other very creepy amusement parks, but this one to me was the one with the most history, most intrigue, most of all. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, drop a like, drop a favorite on the video. It does help out, it is appreciated. And if you are brand new to the channel, if you want to see even more videos like these in the future, obviously make sure that you subscribe and you turn on notifications by clicking the little bell icon. Thank you so much for watching the video. Drop a like, drop a favorite, follow me on Twitter, it's the best place to talk, and check out my gaming channel for everything other than Call of Duty. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.